Hello everyone, it's Dr. Griff again, the SLP, and I wanted to talk to you all again today about the Bubble Pop 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 with Chrissy book. April is Autism Awareness Month, and with a lot of the students that I've worked with who do have autism, some have needed AAC as well. And if you've watched my other videos, you know that AAC is my professional area of focus. And this book is an adapted book, so it is adapted with picture symbols that can accompany the story. And I also have with me my iPad with Proloquo to go today. And we'll see if we can use this with aided language stimulation today during our activity or during the book. We'll see how it goes. So let's start our story. Just wanted to do a read through so that everyone can see how to use these picture symbols. So in the beginning, we have the various symbols that you'll see, and with your children or with your students, you can teach the vocabulary. You always want to teach your vocabulary first. And we have outside, pop, just to name a few. We're not going through each and every one of them, but we have pour and we, a lot of core vocabulary as well as your nouns. And here's a picture of Bubbles. It says, "Mom, can we have Bubbles now?" Sure. And this story is geared around bubble times that I have with my own children and that I've had with a lot of students as well. Here's the bubble machine. Chrissy, you can carry the bubble machine outside. So you can point to the pictures as you say them, carry the bubbles outside, or you can go back and ask a question for comprehension. Where are they going to take the bubbles? They're going to take them outside. What are they going to play with? They're going to play with bubbles. Or you can use your Proloquo to go, or an assistive technology device for communication. Whether it's dedicated or not. Sometimes people will call them AAC devices, and I was taught to call it assistive technology for communication. And I think that's a better way to view the devices that are used for communication. And
I want bubble pop.
I want bubble pop. I want to read the book. Or I want to pop the bubbles so we can clear our message. Say I
want bubbles.
I want the bubbles. And we can take them outside. Oh, and for this page, I added a few vocabulary words. I just added pop, open, added the S to bubbles. But of course, before you start working with a student, you always want to make sure you have your vocabulary ready to go for the activity, knowing that all along you've been teaching core vocabulary. Back to the story. Chrissy and her brother Christopher go outside. We go outside. Here I used the picture symbols after I read the story, not during. So you can use it either way. There's a lot of flexibility with an adapted book. Mom pours the bubbles. Christopher pops the bubbles. Here, let's go back to our Proloquo to go. You can do this during your lessons for grad students or already seasoned SLPs. You can go back and forth. You can stop your story. Let's see. They are going to pop the bubbles. And you can do this during an actual activity where you're using bubbles for your aided language stimulation. Here I'm using it to reinforce a story. I want to blow bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles, pop, pop. Bubbles, 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 pop. Bubbles, bubbles. Yay. It's a nice, cute story about bubbles. Here we have our bubbles. Let's see. I'm going to adjust our camera so you can see our bubbles. I'm taking my assistive technology off of its stand. And we're going to see if we can
Open. Bottle.
the bottle of bubbles.
Bubbles.
Let's see. First we're going to open it. Now our bubble wand is in here upside down. So we're going to see if we can flip it and get it in here the right way. Bubble wand. All right. Okay. So are you ready to blow?
Blow.
Bubbles?
Bubbles.
I know it's hard to see out here. So I may do this again inside just so that you can see. But for your communicator, he or she will be looking anyway. Or it may be attached to your communicator's wheelchair. He or she may be holding it. Or you may be holding it. So let's see if we can get it. Oh no. Oh no. May not be able to get it out. Let's see. Alright. So we're back. I finally got the bubble wand out. It took some trying. Here is our
Bubbles. One.
bubble wand. Alright. Ready to blow some
Bubbles.
bubbles? Let's see. Alright. Oh my goodness. And
Pop.
pop the bubbles. The wind blew them a little bit too fast. Let's see. Pop. Oh, it's a windy day. Look, the wind can blow them. It's blowing
Blow.
the bubbles.
Bubbles.
Yay! All right. That is my demonstration for aided language stimulation for bubbles. This may not be as easy to see, but here's some of the vocabulary. What you do is you familiarize yourself with your page as you make sure the vocabulary for that particular activity is loaded. You always prepare a vocabulary in your students' device for communication, or if they are using PECs, you make sure that they have their necessary vocabulary for that activity. So whenever I would do language group, it involved making sure I had picture symbols for those who used PECs, making sure I taught the correct manual signs for those who used manual signs. AAC is not inclusive only of technology. And of course, I would make overlays for our static display devices that were considered low tech. And then you have your Big Mac buttons, or your button switches for whomever may need them. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. It is a beautiful day. Spring has sprung. Enjoy. Happy Autism Awareness Month. Autism awareness should be every month, every week, every day. Not just because we are therapists, but because we're human beings. So stay aware, keep learning, and God bless. Have a wonderful day. Bye.